Battlefield 6 has been out for around a month now and it's somehow still broken. Don't get me wrong, even in its current state, the game is great fun, but at the same time it's riddled with weird design decisions and issues ranging from a bit annoying to completely game breaking. A few days ago I got so pissed I legit reinstalled BF4, which as you may know is one of my favorite games ever. I even made a short video talking about it, you can go check it out here. Some of these problems I will talk about were present during the beta and even labs test builds, so I don't know why they are not fixed yet. I held off on writing this video until Season 1 released, because if they are going to fix these issues there won't be anything worth talking about, but as you can tell they haven't fixed shit. So let's jump in. I want to start with the positives first, but I'll keep this section short since everyone seems to be glazing this game already, and if you say anything bad they will call you a COD player. So after the horrendous reception of BF 2042, thankfully for the most part we're back, baby. Shooting feels really good, game looks so sick, buildings crumble as destroyed helicopters crash into them. The new volumetric smoke is really impressive and it just ties it all together. And despite looking this good, it runs really well even on my piece of shit PC. Seeing how most modern games are just Unreal Engine 5 slop, it's a breath of fresh air. Lastly, maybe most important, the game is just fun. I already have more than 100 hours and I still want to play more, despite its many problems. Oh yeah, problems. I guess we can start with the classes. This time around the Assault is not the one with a defibrillator and health packs. That role was given to Support, which in previous games supplied you with ammo and had some cool explosive related gadgets like the C4, UCAV and Mortar. And this is the first blunder DICE made when designing this game. They decided to move resupplying and healing onto one class, and to be fair I kinda like this change in the beta, but playing the game a bit more I started to see it was a really bad idea. Assault just feels a bit useless. Since you no longer can revive teammates, it's now a more selfish class. Their gadgets don't really help the team that much, except for maybe the ladder and the spawn beacon. Oh, the spawn beacon. They made a worthless class which can't really contribute to anything and were probably thinking, okay, what can we do to make them actually a bit useful? Oh yeah, you know what? Fuck Recon, just take away one of their best gadgets. The explanation DICE gave us is to stop snipers from just camping the spawn beacon, but as you can clearly tell, it didn't really work. There is still a lot of snipers, so yeah, that explanation to me is just kinda bullshit. I really believe they didn't have a role for the Assault. There are so many problems with this, I don't even know how to script this part, so let's just go one by one. First, I still think the Assault is weak. The syringe feels horrible to use. It's slow and it doesn't have a huge benefit. I feel like I get killed more often by trying to use the damn thing instead of just ignoring it. The ladder is pretty cool, but I found myself not using it too often, instead opting to go with shotgun as my second weapon and a grenade launcher. Or the dreaded spawn beacon as well. One thing that could potentially make me want to play this class would be just locking the class weapons again. If you want to use assault rifles, play the Assault. Oh, and since weapons are not locked, you can still take a sniper rifle and camp the fucking spawner like before, so what the hell was even the point? I'll just move to Support for now, because if I have to say spawn beacon again, I'll fucking off myself. Support is hands down the most powerful class in the game. Having health and ammo packs gives you infinite sustain and you can revive your teammates that are outside of your squad. And again, since weapons are not class locked, nothing is stopping you from just taking the assault rifle and being a better assault. But you may say, hey, doesn't assault have benefits to using the assault rifles compared to other classes? Well, they technically do, but
when it came to the assault proficiency, I was measuring frame by frame at 120 FPS, and the stated improvements that you're supposed to get while using an assault rifle on the assault class were negligible. I honestly don't know if this is even active and if it's working or not, or if it's just providing such a small improvement that I can't even consistently measure the difference going frame by frame at 120 FPS.
So yeah. One downside of the support is you no longer get C4s, so you are completely powerless against vehicles. Oh, by the way, the weapons are unlocked, right? But you know what is class locked? Fucking grenades. Grenades are locked. Why? And only the support class can use the smoke grenades? Is that a fucking joke? If you want smoke grenades as an assault, you have to sacrifice your gadget slot for a smoke grenade launcher. What a fucking joke. The engineer is arguably the most balanced class, but there are some issues too. Look, sniping jets and helis is literally my thing, but can someone tell me why the fuck does the RPG fly so fast? It doesn't make any sense. Sure, you can take a Stinger, but there is literally no point in doing that since sniping with an RPG has never been easier. They should really slow down the rocket speed. It's a bit ridiculous. Side note, I also think the drop doesn't really make sense. I mean, the rocket drops a lot, but the rocket flies so fast it doesn't like compute in my brain. It just doesn't make any sense. It looks really weird. I don't know if you guys can see it too, but I don't know, just slow down the rocket please. Unfortunately, you only get 3 rockets, so good luck killing a tank solo unless you have your squad nearby or flank it from the back. Or the support class, since they can also replenish your rockets and mines. Oh great, as if there weren't enough reasons Medic is completely busted. Lastly, Recon. The least play class was further nerfed by removing their signature. Yes, it's the spawn beacon again. What I just can't understand, did DICE just forget you can put one gadget on multiple classes? The support could still keep their C4, although they would probably be even more overpowered. You had it figured out in BF4 and you somehow fucked it up. I might be a Battlefield 4 fanboy, but I'm 100% serious when I say they should just copy the class structure from that game. It would have been infinitely better that way. Weapon balance is also a bit of a mess. And also again, they aren't class locked, so if there is one busted weapon, you can take it on any class. You could also balance the classes this way by locking their weapons. They're not gonna lock the weapons. Who am I kidding? Switching over to vehicles, this is where it gets even worse. Some problems were already fixed. Somehow they made it so vehicles just didn't spawn at all. So for example, there was only one attack heli on Manhattan Bridge, or no helis at all on New Sobek City. This has been fixed, but there is still no repair station for air vehicles on Sobek. I guess DICE just forgot. Or my tinfoil hat theory is that they didn't plan to put any helis on this map because it's so small and they just crammed them in to say they have more fly maps or whatever. I really think this is it. Like, if you compare the size of this map to even like Pearl Market, which I'll talk about the maps a bit later, let's just leave it at that. Now, overall balance of vehicles feels really off to me. It feels like every vehicle is kind of a glass cannon. They all feel absolutely overpowered until someone starts shooting at you and you die in, I wrote in the script 2 seconds, but it's probably less than that if you're playing it right. Starting in order, I actually don't mind how the tanks feel. I saw a lot of people complaining that they are way too slow, but I personally don't see an issue with that. They are tanks after all. My biggest complaint is regarding the boost feature, which just doesn't, I don't think it's working as intended, because if you just tap your boost for a bit, it just deletes your whole bar. Like, who made this? Did they test it? Like, how is it still in the game? Or maybe it's supposed to be this way? I don't know. The tanks feel like they're in the best spot right now. Most weapon options feel at least usable. However, giving tanks the tow missile is a very questionable choice. They were always the go-to when it comes to dealing with flying vehicles, but in previous games only the IFVs had them. And in BF6, sniping is really easy, especially the attack helicopter. This thing is so fucking slow, you can literally snipe it across the map semi-consistently. Also, I don't understand why APS doesn't activate instantly. I got used to it by this point, but this is one of the moments where I just don't know what the hell they were thinking. Also, customization at that point is pretty limited for the gunner. They don't have a second weapon. At least they can help you spot landmines. Every engineer starts with mines as default, so they are absolutely everywhere, are very difficult to see, deal a fuck ton of damage, and for some reason no teammate will ever shoot them. I guess they just can't see them. Or they do shoot them and they are fucking bugged, as most things in this game. Because what do you mean? I shot this mine like 5 times, it disappeared, and I still got damaged from it. Why? How is it happening? How is this game finished? You cannot tell me this game was finished. Oh, okay. Next, the IFV, aka the most busted vehicle, at least until it gets fixed. Let's start with the intended way to use it. It's really effective when fighting infantry. Default cannons have insane damage, and you have a radar which you can activate, revealing everyone around you. The downside to the IFV is it doesn't have much health, and for some reason DICE decided to not give the IFV APS or the landmine spotting thing. So if you are not careful, you will die instantly, even when there are no enemies nearby. Now, what makes this vehicle OP is the secondary, and no, it's not the very easy to aim tow missile. The lock-on missiles are still completely broken, and it's been this way since day one. Hi, so me from the future, and it turns out they actually fixed it. If something this game-breaking was a part of the infantry gameplay, they would have patched it instantly. The fact that it was left in the game for a month, absolutely insane, inexcusable. Yeah, I'm leaving this rant, just keep in mind, yes, I I know that it has been updated, no need to spam the comments. Yeah, enjoy the rest of the video. So, these are intended to lock onto ground vehicles. Seems harmless, right? Well, your gunner can equip the laser painter, and not like there is anything else, because of course there is no customization, and paint air vehicles for you. And holy fuck, this missile, get this. It doesn't give you a warning that it's coming, and even if you anticipate it and flare it, you get hit anyway. And you know how much damage it does? Yeah, it fucking one-shots you, and it's literally impossible to miss unless the pilot hides behind the building or a mountain. Oh, and the missile flies up first, so even hiding just doesn't work. How did it make it into this supposedly finished game, DICE? Hello? Did anybody play this before releasing? Or did you just skip flying vehicles and got reminded, hey, this is a Battlefield game, we need fucking helicopters and shit, so you just put it... Ah! By the way, this is the thing that made me reinstall BF4, but then I got kicked by Punkbuster, so I just came back to BF6 again. Okay, crashed out a bit. What else is there? Attack helicopters are... Well, they are very powerful, especially with heavy rockets. You can kill a tank very quickly if you are not like me and know how to aim. There is also the tow missile, which as mentioned before is piece easy to use in this game. Or maybe I suddenly became a tow missile god. Anyway, I don't have any real problems with helis, but they feel really sluggish. Unironically, flying was done better in 2042. Oh wait, I actually do have one problem. Where the fuck is the TV missile? It was the most fun thing to do as a gunner. Where the hell is it? Lastly, jets. I'm going to just be transparent and tell you, I have no clue how to fly these things. Maybe if the game had a goddamn training mode like BF4 did, I could actually learn to fly, but no! You have to go into Portal and wait like 30 minutes to make a fucking server so you can try piloting a jet. Of course we get shooting range, which shows you who this game was made for. The fucking people who call you a COD player if you criticize it. They are the COD player. They don't use vehicles. They think the game is fine. They don't see any problems with it. Are you fucking dumb? Why am I speaking like Mickey Mouse right now? Oh, and there is zero customization on these. You can change anything. Did we forget ECM is a thing? Or I don't know, different cannons? At least they added another weapon slot to the fighter jet. Before the patches it only had cannons. Oh, by the way, you wanna know how it happened? So the heat-seeking rockets were removed before the game launched. You have 2 seconds to guess why. Yep, they went through flares. And now they're finally back and they still haven't fixed them. I'm serious, they brought them back and they are still broken. Also, spawning on the runway. It fucking sucks. You can literally get spawn killed because the base AA is pretty useless. I don't understand why people care about taking off so much. You literally just hold spacebar. Wow, guys, I'm so immersed right now. You're fucking stupid. Fuck you. Okay, some miscellaneous stuff. Air radar. Air radar just doesn't work at all. In fact, a lot of the upgrades don't do anything. Like, you can watch Eclipse's video on it.
Half the upgrades on here either directly don't work or don't work the way they say they do, or worst of all, work the opposite way that they say they're supposed to. Now, that said, the first sentence on there is a complete lie, because the vehicle does not have a faster recovery time after taking damage. The problem is that the faster part is false advertising, because it doesn't give you your ammo back faster, it gives you your ammo back slower. The thing about that last part that says it reduces max speed and acceleration, yeah, that's also a lie. That doesn't do anything. Does it improve the vehicle's turning rate and aiming speed? No, it doesn't. Optimized handling literally does nothing at all.
The damage values on the weapons are nonsensical. You would think a weapon with 33 damage would kill in 4 shots, because 33 times 3 is 99, right? Well, it actually does 33.4 damage, so it is a 3-shot kill. So I promised to come back to the maps, and so there was this post made measuring every single map in this BF, and surprise, surprise, the maps are really fucking small compared to the other BF titles. What's really peculiar is New Sobek City. Can you tell me how the fuck it is smaller than Peril Market? Peril Market is a fucking infantry only map, and they put fucking helis in there. The maps are a mixed bag. Some of them are okay. I like Liberation Peak. I think this map is okay. I like Mirak Valley. I obviously like Firestorm, although this map is overrated and they should have just brought in Caspian Border, but that's besides the point. These maps are so small. Iberian Offensive is fucking smaller than Operation Locker. Are we serious right now? Even Mirak Valley, which is huge for this game, is like nothing compared to Golmud Railway or even Caspian Border. I mean, they promise us huge maps, but these maps ain't huge, chief. It just ain't it. Oh, by the way, I managed to get into Portal to practice with vehicles, and I have this really neat bug. The map just turns 3D for some reason. It's not... I think the alignment on the axis is wrong. I don't know what the fuck is happening here, but it's really funny. And it only happens in Portal to me. I just don't know. I don't know. I'm speechless. The bounciness that was in the beta is still here. And you're just walking around, you just bounce everywhere. I don't know what is causing that, but that also needs to be addressed. It's not game breaking, but it's a bit annoying. Yeah, I think I'm done. So yeah, see ya. Bye.